I think with the initiation of HEPCA was initiated basically to do a full mooring system to protect the coral reefs of the Red Sea. We started with 50 moorings and we're approaching now 1,600 moorings along the Red Sea coastline, and we're very proud of our mooring project. And I think this is what gave HEPCA the position it has right now between the diving industry and all the stakeholders in the Red Sea. And I think the campaigns that HEPCA started to lead in the year 2000, from the year 2000, stopping all the unsustainable development in the south, the case of the Giftun Island, bringing back the Giftun Island to the national park boundary instead of being sent and sold to some private investors. I think all these cases, working on legislation on shark protection, working on legislation on reef protection, all these legislation, all this work put HEPCA on the international map of conservation in the Red Sea. Somebody had to start with collecting information to do with global warming. We did not have any base in the Red Sea about monitoring of global warming. We didn't have any monitoring of bleach watch. Now with the new stations we have, with the temperature loggers we have, I think we will have very good data that will enable any facility, any science institute, any scientist in the future to analyze and show us where we're going exactly with the Red Sea. And the plan is to allocate temperature loggers in 24 stations. We have installed more than 5 now, along in the southern Red Sea region, and the plan is to include the areas from Ras Mohammed in the north till our borders with Sudan in the south. After the establishment of our scheme with our partners in Marsa Alam, and the station there was collecting more than 27 tons a day, the government was very tempted to hand over the contract to HEPCA to run the Hurghada solid waste management system. And I think it's a huge challenge, running more than 60 trucks, as I said, and 1,200 people to make sure that Hurghada is a clean city. This is from the just general image of Hurghada, and from an environmental perspective, I think handling 500 tons a day of waste and disposing it in the proper way, we're contributing to the welfare of the planet and globally by just sorting the problem of such an amount on a daily basis.
Something called Eco-Tribe, which is the environmental part of our diving centre, just to make sure that our operational activities have very minimal, or if hopefully none, major issues of degradation to our marine area. If we do a clean-up, we refuse to do just one clean-up. We'll run the clean-ups over 2 weeks, and we'll have snorkelers, technical divers and normal divers helping with the clean-ups. We work with a non-governmental organisation called Coral Watch, which is in partnership with Project Aware. And it's very, very easy. It's just something that the instructors or even the guests can do on a safety stop with colour charts such as this. And basically these colour charts tell us, give us an idea of the health of the coral underwater. It is happening when the coral is actually rejecting the algae living within the tissues, and then the skeleton, the white skeleton, is starting to appear underneath. Anybody can do what I have created. It's all based on something that we call citizen science, and really it's what we do doesn't really cost a lot of money. If anything, it's good for business because it's environmentally friendly, and of course this is incredibly popular for people now in choosing a holiday.
The Red Sea are different from other seas and ocean all over the world in 3 things. The first one is that in the Red Sea we have a modern, decent current. Not very strong, not very weak. We have a modern current. And the current is very important to bring oxygen to the coral, to the seagrass, to all kind of stable life. This is one reason. And the second reason, the Red Sea mountains are volcanic mountains full with minerals, and with the rain or floods, and that brings the minerals to the Red Sea. That's why the Red Sea is more salty than other seas, which preserves the coral. And the third thing is that the Red Sea is very shallow sea. The maximum depth is 2 kilometers, and the volcanic activity on the bottom of the Red Sea can bring the heatness to the surface, which is raise the temperature 2 degrees. All these 3 things make the Red Sea are the most rich sea or ocean in the whole world. The most important thing and the fatal mistake some people do is they don't do the carrying capacity study for the reef before designing their resource. For example, we have land here more than 500,000 square meter. We can build 1,500 rooms. But that will not gonna be fair for the reef we have in front of our land. That's why we decided to have a maximum 120 room to be able for the user to use the bay every day without harming the coral. So we protect the bay and we protect the coral, and this is the value, this is the asset, this is the treasure we have. So I'm very optimistic about the south of the Red Sea, that it will kind of stay for the next generation and for the future.